Good morning. It's day 87 on the PCT. I'm just getting started. I was camped over there. It's day 11 without a shower. I got salt stains all over me from this heat. I feel pretty disgusting. I've got about 13 miles to the highway, and then I've got like a 1.5 mile road walk to get down to the St. Bernard Lodge, which is a bed and breakfast where my wife sent my next food box. So I'm gonna spend the night there and then leave probably late tomorrow morning. I only have about 15 miles planned for tomorrow, so I passed the halfway point today, so that's pretty cool. Onward we go. I've been climbing up a big butt this morning. Big Butt Mountain. I already climbed the first peak, went down in the dip, and now I'm headed up the second peak of it. And after I get to the top, shortly after that, I'll hit the midpoint halfway on the PCT, and then it's all descent down to the town of Chester. Onward we go. Day 87, hit the halfway point on the PCT. That feels pretty good. I was looking back on my notes from Bama to Baxter through hike, which was only like 13 miles shorter than the PCT, and it took me 104 days to hit the halfway point on that trail. So I'm like 17 days ahead of my pace that I was doing on Bama to Baxter. So that also feels pretty good. That took me 7.5 months, and I don't want this to take that long. I should be on pace to finish in under 5 months at this point. So, but anyway, hitting halfway point, that feels really good today. Now I pre-ordered a ribeye steak at the bed and breakfast I'm staying at, so can't wait for dinner. Onward we go. Still hiking through all these burn zones. I would say like for years, probably like 20 plus years. I always see about the wildfires out in California, and then these recent years, since I got into through hiking, seeing it in like YouTube videos of people hiking the PCT. But being out here hiking this trail really puts it in perspective. Especially in the town of Quincy, I got to meet a few locals that had to deal with it with the Bear Fire and then the Dixie Fire, how they were displaced from their house until basically the fire stopped at the, I guess the end of the summer or into the fall. So that just puts things in perspective. I choose to be out here. I knew this was part of the trail coming out here, but a lot of those people, they've lived in those towns their whole lives, and to be like displaced from your home and now seeing this firsthand just puts things into perspective a bit. This is what they do with some of the burn zones. They come through and like just clear cut all the lumber, just take it all out. I'm honestly not sure how I feel about the clear cutting of like the burnt forest in these burn zones, just because I don't trust the government or private business. So I'm really not sure, I guess, what to make of it. I mean, it makes sense to, you know, if some of these trees are salvageable, to, you know, process the wood and use it for things. But at the same time, yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that. I mean, one of the things is a lot of this burn zone's in wilderness area, and they didn't want to try and contain this Dixie fire because it was in a wilderness. But then after the devastation, then they come through and they basically clear cut it to take all the lumber, but it's still a wilderness area. So I guess I just don't see the sound logic in both sides of that equation. So yeah, a little torn how I feel about that. I made it to Highway 36 outside of Chester. Chester is to the east. I'm headed to the west. It's about a 1.4 mile walk to get to the St. Bernard bed and breakfast where I'm staying. Oh, here comes a semi. Be careful of that one. Looks like a pretty busy road. Onward we go. It'll be a little over 15 miles by the time I get there. Man, this is a fast moving highway. The owner's supposed to meet me when I get there to let me in. I guess she doesn't live on the property, so yeah, looking forward to get there and getting in some rest. I guess I didn't have to walk the 1.5 miles. There was a nice guy that stopped as I was walking that busy highway, stopped and picked me up. I'm at the St. Bernard Lodge, just waiting for the owner to show up. I made it to the St. Bernard bed and breakfast, or actually it's St. Bernard Lodge outside of Chester earlier today. This place has been great. It's really nice property. You got a nice room here. Got a shower earlier. They do your laundry here for like $5. And I had a really nice steak dinner. So that was all great. Overall, it was a good day. I'll get back on trail probably late tomorrow morning. I've got about 15 miles planned for tomorrow before I enter the, I think it's the Lassen National Park. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all have a good night.